If that didn't get your attention. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Ken St. John. I'm your worship associate this morning. And I am here to welcome you to Valley Unitarian Universalist Congregation. Why do I have trouble with that? All right, we have, I want to specifically welcome this morning the kids that are here. Because today is what we call an all-community service, and they will not be leaving to go to their classes. They're staying right here with us. And I'm going to tend to talk to the kids a lot of the time as I speak. Also, let's say hello to the people who didn't brave the rain and stayed home to watch us on YouTube. We should be able to look up at that camera soon, and they will see us waving to them. There we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome. And I want to make a special welcome to any visitors among us. Anyone here for the first time, or who hasn't been here in a long time, or just is basically a visitor or a new person, if you would, if you feel like it, you could stand right now so that we can all welcome you warmly. Are there any visitors? Thank you. And online on YouTube, you can just send a little comment out to say hello and make your presence known there if you feel like doing that. And I'm sure you'll be warmly received there as well. Okay, there's a few special notes about this Sunday. One is that today is National Coming Out Day. Now, if all of you kids who are listening to me now, I'm sure you're listening, not sure what that means, don't worry, because Reverend Sarah's going to explain more about that later, and we'll talk about what coming out and why that's important. It's also, we're wrapping up National Hispanic Heritage Month. And that is a celebration of the cultural influences in the U.S. from Spanish-speaking countries to our south and in the Gulf of Mexico area or the Caribbean Sea. Also, I wanted to note, you kids probably know here in Arizona, we're part of the United States of America, but before that, it was part of Mexico, before the U.S. purchased it from Mexico. So when you see people who appear Mexican living in Arizona, their families may have been here long before our family, the other families, the European immigrants came. And they are not the original. Of course, the indigenous people are the original inhabitants, and then came the Hispanic people from Mexico and the immigrants from Spain, and then it all became part of the United States of America. It's important also because there are 8 different Hispanic countries, Central and South America, and Puerto Rico, I think, is one, Belize, Mexico, that celebrate their Independence Day during this Hispanic Heritage Month. And the month, it goes from the middle of September to the middle of October, so it's a month long, but it's not a particular month. Anyway, they celebrate their Independence Day just like we celebrate ours on our Independence Day on the 4th of July, where they decided, United States decided we're not part of England anymore, we're our own country. And in the Spanish-speaking countries, they said we're not part of Spain anymore, or Portugal, or wherever they had been considered owned by, said we're our own country. And so they're all independent now, and it's a great thing to celebrate. Thank you. And one other special announcement is that we are in the middle of our annual congregational survey. So if you haven't done that yet, I encourage you to get online. I've done it already. It doesn't take too long, but I do want to say it is a model for transparency. I'm really impressed with the board and how they put this together, because when you're done, you can press a button that'll just take you to see all the comments and all the answers that other people have given, not necessarily identifying who, but you see a summary of the results. Yeah, you don't see who said what, you just see what's been said and what answers have been given. Thank you, Katie. I didn't want to miss. Yeah, your answers are still anonymous. It did in fact tell me who answered it though, but not what they said. Unless it's in order. Okay, let's move on. Pastoral care. So if you're feeling sad, scared, worried, you really wish you had somebody you could talk to about it, we have lay-led pastoral care associates available for us every week. Today in the sanctuary is Dan Schulte. There he is. And online, you'll find Lisa Benign, and she will contact the YouTube people to let them know how to contact her. When you make a comment on YouTube, it's public. It's not a private comment. Everyone sees it. So if you'd like to contact Lisa privately, you'll want to send her an email, or you can stay after the service where they jump over to Zoom. We still do that, right? And have little group discussions after that. And then you have more of a chance to interact and to comment privately to another person. Caring neighbors is another way we take care of one another in our community. And that's for if you need help with things at home. Maybe you're ill, maybe you're injured, or your family's in need. Volunteers throughout the congregation can come and give you a helping hand. And you can see that you can contact them anytime from caringneighbors@vuu.org through email. Also, pastoral care at VUU.org is available all week long if you would like to speak to Dan or Lisa about those things. All right, let's get into our chalice lighting, Sarah.
I need a couple volunteers. Do I have some young folks who might want to come help me do the chalice lighting today? Come on up. There's no limit. If there's more than one of you that wants to come, look, it's the 2 kids who've outgrown me. Thank you. Come on over here. He's going to light it, but you're going to help me with the hand motions. So, we are Unitarian Universalists, and hold your arms out like this, who put love at the center of our lives. Put your hand on your heart. As we light this chalice today, you can make a little chalice with your hands. May the flames remind us that we honor every person, show kindness when it's hard, and that we shine our light by treating all people with dignity. All right? Excellent. You can come back at the end and help us extinguish.
All right, and as our invitation to worship this morning, as we get into the worship portion of the service, I'm going to give you a reading titled Come Into the Circle by Reverend Scott Taylor. Come into this circle of compassion and care. Bring your worry and wounds. With word and song, we rekindle the connection that mends what's been torn. With stillness and the space to pause, we restore our strength for the work that must be done. The work of love, the work of peace, the work of repair, the work of remembering we are not alone. Let us begin.
This isn't a big hype one, but it's always an invitation to stand for our opening song. But it is, if you wish, if you're able, if you would like, you can stand. I think many people will know the words to The Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas. So. You think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think that only people who are people are the people who look and noiseless footsteps of a stranger. You'll learn things you never knew, you never knew. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, or asked the grinning bobcat why he grins? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Come run hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you. And for once, never wonder what they're worth. The rainstorm and the rocker are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends, and we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, or let the eagle tell you where he's been? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? How high does the sycamore grow? If you cut it down, then you'll never know. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, for whether we are white or copper skin, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountain. We need to paint with all the colors of the wind. You can own the earth and still all you own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind.
I would love to invite, well, anyone who wants to come forward, but definitely if you're under, I don't know, if you're younger at heart, young or young at heart, to come forward. I have a wonder box up here, and I have some items on my table, and I wonder if you want to wonder with me. I have one wanderer. What other wanderers do I have? Come on forward. Don't leave her hanging. We're going to open this box. And who knows what the theme is this month? Do you remember what the theme is? Cultivating compassion. So I want you to just come look. You can open the box, take things out, look at what's on the table. You can pick things up and look at them. And I'm going to ask you to tell me what you see up here. And if we can get a camera on the table too, that might help us look at what's here. What do you see? What are we seeing on the table?
I see a care package.
You see a care package. What else do we see?
I see a pop-it bracelet.
A pop-it bracelet. What else do you see?
Words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom, okay. Ooh, what else do we see?
I see kind words.
Ooh, kind words on rocks. What else do we see up here?
I see a Hershey's plushie with a backpack on it.
Okay. You see
I see a unicorn band-aid.
Band-Aids, okay. And what's this?
I see it says crafting of life reading to feed a soul, so it's probably.
Readings to feed a soul. Okay. Interesting. Here.
So it's probably something to help you?
Okay. So what do we think these things that are on the table have in common with cultivating compassion? Nobody's mentioned the books that are up here either. They might take somebody who can read. What do you see on the book?
A kid's book about being a transgender.
Okay. What does this one say?
A kid's book about being inclusive.
And there's one more. What does it say? A kid's book about being non-binary. Okay, so there's all kinds of things up here. What do we think? Somebody want to make a guess about what makes these things all related to cultivating compassion?
They all help someone?
They're all different ways of helping someone. How does the pack that you just held up, hold that up. So we're making today over in the corner packs that we can hand out to folks who are unhoused, and they have different items in them. Riley, can you see kind of what's in there? There's a, sure. So that's a body wipe. Sometimes it's hard to have access to a shower, and you might need to get cleaned up quick and easy. What else is in there, Riley? Oh. Hand sanitizing wipes, another thing. We take for granted being able to wash our hands, but sometimes we don't have access to the things we need to do that. When you don't have a home or a house to go back to, sometimes you don't have the things you need to take care of yourself, yeah? Alcohol prep wipes, maybe you got an ouchie. I bet there's Band-Aids in there too. I bet there's unicorn Band-Aids in there. Medicine, so we have ibuprofen and acetaminophen. Yeah, so if you're feeling sick, you might not have access to just little basic things. So we have some kits over there that we're asking folks to make, but you know what? What else do people like to get? Oh, toothbrush and toothpaste. What else do you think somebody might need if they were... How would you feel if you didn't have a home? What do you think you would feel? Cold? Yeah, oh, there's hand warmers. How would you feel in your feelings? Would you feel hungry? What else would you feel? Yeah, there's a little snack in there. You might feel sad, right? What if somebody gave you a card? So the other thing that's up here is a card. So there's also a card-making station over there. If you want to make a card to put in the kit, you could make a card. So lots of different ways that we can take care of each other. What do you think these books about being inclusive? And they also have ibuprofen. Okay, thanks, Riley. Terry, I'm going to let you read the words of wisdom that are on your card.
Some people weave burlap into the fabric of our lives, and some weave gold thread. Both contribute to make the whole picture beautiful and unique.
So we all contribute to each other in different ways. So today's National Coming Out Day, and that means that some of us might love somebody who's the same gender as us, or we might not identify as a girl or a boy, but as somebody who's what we call non-binary. Or we might be gender expansive. We might some days feel one way and some days feel another way. And so making people feel included, what do you think? Oh, tell me about this. What is this? Oh, we're going to have to hold this up. It's a piñata, but it says Noche Latina. It's the night of the Latina. So when we went to the basketball game, they had a night that was specifically for Latinas. So there's lots of ways we can make people feel included, right? We can make them feel included by making sure they feel represented. We can make them feel included by knowing that we see you. We can make them feel included just by how we treat each other. Oh, what's on the water bottle?
It says find the hope.
Find the hope. So these are all different ways for us to feel compassion. And I'm going to invite us all into a little bit of a time of centering. And there's some candles underneath the table if you wanted to grab one out and light one during this time. And if you're an adult and you want to squeeze behind the art tables and do one, you can do that, or you can come up and light one, or you can just sit in your chair and be part of the meditation. Before we do the meditation, I just want to say something about a special Unitarian Universalist named James Stoll. He was our first out gay VUU minister. And he was born in 1934, and he lived to 1994, so he only lived 60 years. He was hugely responsible for introducing American churchgoers to gay rights, and he served in the ministry. He started off at Star King School of the Ministry and was very involved in helping other gay folks come out, both in the church and in the community. He decided after the Stonewall Rebellion, he was very inspired, and he decided he was not going to live in secrecy anymore. And he came out in a moving sermon and worship service, and that both helped people who were also gay to come out, but it also helped straight people and folks who didn't know what it was like to live in the world and outside of the binary of different kinds. He helped them see that it was their job to also support and be part of their lives. So we want to just hold up Reverend James Stoll today as one of our leaders and one of the folks who helped us even have this as a day that we would celebrate. So we're going to do this visualization. It's so perfect because it's the desert and it's been raining. How wet is it at your house? It's pretty wet. I was teasing when I came in that maybe we could use the area out there for a little skinny dip later. Just kidding. Nobody would want to get in that water, but... So the blessings of water and rain in the desert. I want to invite you to close your eyes and take 3 slow, deep breaths and let your body settle into stillness. In and out. And I want you to imagine yourself as a tiny seed that has just cracked open in the desert. And maybe you feel the harsh sun beating down on your tender shoot, and the ground beneath you is hard and unforgiving. But notice there is shade where you are. A mature creosote bush stands nearby, her branches reaching over you. Feel the blessed coolness of her shadow. In this shelter, you can grow without burning. Your first leaves unfurl in safety. The older plant asks for nothing in return for this gift. She simply offers what she has, protection. Through her roots, she shares precious water, nutrients gathered over decades of desert survival, and you drink deeply of their generosity. Feel yourself growing stronger in her care. Seasons pass in your imagination. You grow taller, your own roots deepening. And one day you notice another seed sprouting nearby, vulnerable and small as you once were. And now you understand. You extend your own branches, offering shade to this new life. The compassion you received, you now provide. Friends, this is how the desert blooms, not through competition, but through quiet care, one generation sheltering the next. Ancient wisdom passed through each root and branch. So as you take a couple more deep and slow breaths and look around this room, the ways that we care for each other as a full community of all ages, the ways that we come together. Remember that you too have both received shelter and can offer it, part of the endless cycle of desert tenderness. And if you wish, as we listen to this next song, take a moment to notice what is on your heart that needs a prayer. People ask if you use prayer. For sure we pray. Sometimes we pray and ask for help in a time of need or a time of pain and suffering. Sometimes our prayer is a gratitude prayer, a thank you. Sometimes our prayer is one of awe. This morning I saw the most amazing rainbow outside my back door. It was probably the best rainbow I've ever seen after a rain. Awe. So sometimes our prayers are about wow, or as I like to say, whoop, whoop. Wow. So whatever prayer you find on your heart today, I invite you to hold it as we listen to this song.
While you're centering with your activity or just resting in your chair, this is a new piece for many people in your teal hymnal, and the words will be listed so that you can join us and sing along. It's a wonderful message. We've cleared off the table, leftovers saved, washed the dishes and put them away. I've told you a story, tucked you in tight at the end of your knock-a-blow day. As the moon sets its sail to carry you to sleep over the midnight sea, I will sing you a song no one sang to me. May it keep you good company. You can be anybody you want to be. You can love whomever you will. You can travel any country where your heart wills, and know that I will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose one special one, and the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done. There are girls who grow up strong and bold. There are boys quiet and kind. Some race on ahead, some follow behind, some go in their own way and time. Some women love women, some men love men, some raise children, some never do. You can dream all the day and reaching the end of everything possible for you.
country where your heart leads, and know that I will love you still. You can live by yourself, you can gather friends around, you can choose one special one, and you only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done.
It's story time, but before I go ahead with the story, I need to amend my welcome with a retraction and an addition. It turns out the surprising level of transparency in the congregational survey that I witnessed surprised the team that put the survey together too. It was an oops. It's been corrected. It's a standard survey. You don't get to see the intermediate results in between. I'm confident that when all the results are in, though, we'll see a report from the board on statistical analysis of the survey and other features and highlights. So it's definitely anonymous, and please take the survey if you haven't. And if you already did like me, I hope we don't have to do it again. No, we're okay. All right, and I forgot to say to the kids that there's activity tables over there, but it looks like they figured it out on their own. I want to make sure, in case anybody didn't notice, for everyone, but specifically the youth, that there are fun and useful activities to be done over along the east wall. And since you're having fun over there, while you listen closely, I'm not going to ask you to come up front for this story. We'll just keep you where you're at. Okay, so some of you kids might have remembered I did a story for the Time for All Ages a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and we talked about compassion. And I said then that compassion is when you believe you understand how someone else feels and you care, especially if someone's feeling sad or they're experiencing pain or difficulties, and you're compassionate when you feel that you understand that pain and you care about it. Well, today we're going to talk about the next step, expanding on that. I like to call it compassion in action, which means you understand, you care, and you do something about it. That's an important value for Unitarian Universalists, compassion in action. Example is some of the work that they're doing over on those activity tables. Also our I Help, where we house and feed people who don't have homes once a week. That's our compassion in action. All right, so this is a bit of VUU history. It's a story about a VUU from a couple of hundred years ago. Her name was Dorothea Dix. Now, the world was very different a couple of hundred years ago. There weren't any cars or cell phones, maybe not even telephones, maybe not even bicycles. I didn't do my research, but it was a long time ago. But what's the same is people still felt compassion. They were still able to understand how other people feel. They still cared about other people. And many people tried to do something to help, and Dorothea Dix was one of them. She believed everyone deserved to be treated with dignity and compassion and respect and be cared for. So when she was a child, Dorothea had a tough time at her home. It wasn't always happy. And eventually she ended up living with her grandparents in Boston, Massachusetts, her grandmother. And that got better for her. Her life got better, and she was able to really get some traction in her learning, her reading, and learned all kinds of things. And eventually then she grew up to become a teacher. And she specifically was teaching in schools where underprivileged or less advantaged children went, people without a lot of money. So she became a teacher. She didn't want to be famous, She just wanted to help and do her part. One day, Dorothea decided to visit a Unitarian church. She wasn't Unitarian yet, but there she heard a Unitarian minister named Dr. William Ellery Channing speak. And what she heard that day changed her life. Specifically, Dr. Channing preached that God is love. And that's an important Bible quote to Unitarians and Universalists. God is love. It says, contrary to what she'd been hearing in the church that she went to with her parents or her grandparents, God's not angry or vengeful or mean. God is love. Even the word is almost means God and is are the same. God and is. God and love are the same. I was taught that as a child, that they're synonyms. Love is a synonym, means the same as God. You could say, love is my shepherd, I shall not want. And so she felt, and Dr. Channing's preaching also said that we are called to show that love to one another. So she decided to become a Unitarian. She liked that message. And that VUU faith, that Unitarian faith, called her to put her compassion into action. And she eventually found an area where she could help. She visited a hospital. And this was a special hospital. It was for women only. And it wasn't a hospital, it was a prison. She visited a prison that was for women only, and not women criminals, but women who had mental illness. So they had emotional difficulties or actual brain problems that got in the way of their being able to normally function like most people, and they needed some help. But they were put in a prison as though they were criminals and treated harshly. And she thought, that doesn't make any sense. These people needed help. They were ill. They weren't naughty. And they were people. They deserved dignity, respect. They felt pain. So she did something about it. She took action. In fact, she visited every prison in Massachusetts. And she took notes, and she asked questions, and she made reports, and she talked to the government. And because of her hard work, eventually the state of Massachusetts opened new hospitals where people with mental illness could be treated with kindness and care and respect instead of a prison as though they'd done something wrong. Then, as if that wasn't enough, she went to other states and did the same thing again. Over and over, she showed up and she spoke out. And Dorothea helped change the way our country thinks about mental health. She believed people should be treated kindly, even if they think or act differently than the rest of us. Everyone deserves dignity, no matter what their situation is. And it means, so for her, compassion meant standing up and saying, this isn't right, we need to fix it. So remember that compassion is not just a feeling, it's not just feeling sorry for someone, but it's something we actually do. Compassion looks like a practice. We show up with love and do something to help a person who's in pain.
And so we wondered if some of you might have some thoughts about messages of love and compassion that you've heard in a UU community or in this community. And a moment when you maybe have been called to do something when you see somebody being hurt or forgotten. And I just wanted to take a moment to let anybody share what compassion has looked like for you recently, or what you hope it could look like, or where you think we need to point our compassion to right now. Tell us your name.
I'm Stacy, she, her pronouns, and on coming up in this month, we start Diwali, and The front of my home faces a main street. I have huge floor-to-ceiling windows, and over the last couple of years have grown to recognize in those windows 17 holidays between the beginning of Diwali all the way through the Epiphany, so that they are global, they are across cultures, and it's just that someone in my neighborhood can come in and hopefully see themselves, because I feel like we're not seen enough.
Thank you for that. Anyone else? A story about compassion, or ways that we can show up in compassion, or ways that you've seen or been moved with compassion?
I brought in a bunch of scarves today to give to the homeless or whoever needs them. And I knit constantly or crochet. And the reason is because it helps me lose weight. I don't sit and nibble. I knit and crochet instead. And I was at one point weighed 200 pounds, and now I don't.
So compassion for others and care for yourself. Yeah, over here, Janet.
Taking off of from the Dorothea Dix story about how she helped the mentally ill, I have joined a group called the Arizona Mad Moms, and they are working hard to change the laws to help the mentally ill in our society. And one of the problems that we have is how our society has changed to where a person who is maybe experiencing psychosis, such as schizophrenia, or any kind of psychosis, really, that they are assumed to have rights, privacy rights and things like that. And it's kind of confusing because, of course, they have rights, but they have become mentally ill in their brains so that they can no longer function well in our society. And so in that sense, they need someone to step in, and the law needs to be able to step in and take care of the people who are hurting. There was just another death this past week of one of the mothers. Her son passed away of a drug overdose because he was living on the streets, and it's such a big problem that we'd like to see attitudes change.
Yeah, Doug.
I'm Doug, he, him. I get to go watch two organizations. One is Project Humanities, ASU, Dr. Neil Lester, who has for I'm not sure how long now, like 2 decades, does provides resources for people facing homelessness, including food and, not food, clothes, shoes, toiletries, things like that. And then I just recently started seeing Pilgrim's Rest Baptist Church. They, once a month, provide food to people that are really struggling. So they provide food boxes and stuff. So it's always nice.
Hi, I'm Terry, she, her. I'm part of the Empathy Circle movement, and this is a way of gathering people together so that we feel a strong connection to each other that isn't based on sameness or agreement.
So many ways to exercise those muscles of compassion. Jim.
Good morning, I'm Jim Horton. Linda Horton has spent the better part of her life transcribing Braille, teaching people Braille, and helping people with visually handicapped.
A part of compassion is access, right? I'll be back over there in just a sec.
Well, I kind of have a funny one. My name is Katie, and we had a lot of, our children are adopted. We adopted 2 children, and then both birth mothers called the same year and said we're pregnant again, and so we ended up with a whole bunch of kids, a whole bunch of babies at once. And so I was in my neighborhood down in, what do they call them? where the water would gather on a day like today. It's, yes, but there's a park down there. So I took the little kids down there. So on the way out, I was pushing my stroller, my double stroller. I had one kid on the front, I had one kid on the back, I had two kids in the stroller, I had a bike on top and something else on top, and I'm pushing like this. And my neighbor stopped. She said, "Do you need some help?" I'm like, "No, I got it," because I'm hyper independent, okay? And nope, I got it. She said, "No, you got it. I think you need some help." No, I'm just going around Katie, you need some help. So she let me in, and she got in her minivan. She got me, all my kids, my double stroller, the bike, the trike. And I was like, I need me a minivan. And so I'm so grateful to her that she finally convinced me to get a minivan. But it's those small things that make the difference in my life.
Reaching out to your neighbors, noticing when somebody needs help, accepting it when somebody offers it. Yeah.
My name's Izzy, and this morning I got here super early at like 9 for music rehearsal, and the smallest act of compassion, Nick was sweeping all the water away from our congregation so that none of it would flood, and we were all safe from the rains, so that made a big difference. So.
Well, there's so many ways that we show compassion, help each other out, notice when we're needed, accept help when somebody's offering it. All of those are different ways of being together in community, finding ways to make community accessible to people and inclusive so that when they come here, they feel seen, they feel important, and they feel cared for. So if you want to make a card to go in one of those packets that we'll give to folks who are unhoused, or if you want to paint a tile to represent you that will go up in our office building, all ages are welcome to do that. That's what we're doing at the tables, and we will sing together now. I think we're doing building bridges now, yeah? No. Did we already do that one? Okay.
Good morning, everyone. This is a really special song to me and to my two daughters. This is the first time we've ever sung in public together like this. So thank you so much. Thank you. And my hope and my prayer today and wish is that in our darkest moments, all of us here and all of us out there, that we will not feel alone and we will be found.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear?
So let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause if you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home.
Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around, you will be found. You will be found. You will be found.
every time that you call out, you're a little less alone.
If you only say the word from across the silence, your voice is heard.
And oh, someone will come running. Take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. You will be found. Out of the shadows, the morning is breaking, and all is new. All is new. It's filling up the empty, and suddenly I see that all is new. All is new. You are not alone. 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 Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need someone to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, so let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. Even when the dark comes crashing through, you will be found. When you need someone to carry you, you will be found. You will be found.
You will be found.
I really enjoyed hearing people's stories about how they practice compassion and action in their lives. And you can see that sometimes it's something an individual can do on their own. But oftentimes you can have more of an impact when you pool your resources together, bring the strength of many, like in the case of the Mad Moms of Arizona that Janet mentioned, or Valley Unitarian Universalist Congregation is a place where we can band together to put compassion in action. And so to support Valley VUU and to make sure we can continue to do that good work, we need money. And I ask the ushers to please come forward now to take up our offering. For the music during the offering, we'll be singing a congregational hymn, 1023. We skip. What are we going to do then? We're going to go straight to the choir? Okay. I'd like to ask the choir to come forward then and sing their piece during the collection.
Just
This has truly been an all community, all generations experience today. I feel a deep sense of gratitude for that. These words from Sandra Fees, may your heart open wide. May your heart open wide to family and friends. May you radiate friendliness towards strangers and difficult people too. May you see those who suffer with the eyes of compassion. May you offer a sincere wish of kindness to all creatures in existence, even yourself. May you know the tenderness of turning your attention in the direction of love over and over again. And I offer this blessing as well for the bags that we have created. I don't know how many we made, but a lot, I'm told. Spirit of love and generosity, may these bags carry more than supplies. May they carry our care. May they reach someone in need and remind them that they are worthy of kindness, comfort, and peace. And I invite you, if you take one or more of those bags home with you, to add to them a snack if they don't have one in it, or socks or something else that you think might make them more complete. And then as you find someone who may be in need, you can offer them the bag. And any that we still have here, we'll take to Ascend for them to give out to folks that they work with. So I need, we're going to... I'm sorry, we missed a little administrative thing today, so there's, okay. So we're going to do a closing get-together, and then we will extinguish our chalice, and I will need some help with that. So be prepared to come up and help me extinguish.
All right, well, we come together at the beginning, and we're going to get together at the end. So if you're able and willing, please stand. We do have lyrics for this one, copyrighted, so you can join us with the lyrics on the screen.
Love is but a song we sing, fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring, or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, and you may not know why. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together.
All right, I need some helpers for extinguishing the chalice. Ken's going to actually do the extinguishing, but I need help with the hand motions. So we are the Unitarian Universalists who put love at the center of our hearts. As we extinguish our chalice and we go out into the world, let us remember to honor the worth of every person and show kindness even when it's hard, and that we shine our light by treating all people with dignity. All right, may your light shine this week. May you not be drowning in water, but may all of the things bloom that we've been waiting to bloom, right? Stay after service. If you want to help finish up an activity over there, we can do that. And have a little coffee, enjoy one another.
1, 2, 3. Felix, give us a D. 2, 3, and
come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try and love one another right now. Love is but a song we sing. Fear's the way we die.